harnessing renewables and allowing innovative technologies that enhances equitable, low-carbon, clean energy. In order to drive this new future, the appointment process for the ED of the Energy Directorate has been a rigorous one. Unlike Eskom, who at a whim reappointed Brian Molefe as the CEO, the same Mr. Molefe who resigned a few weeks prior. No, Speaker, the city as a transparent and accountable government has led an open and competitive process.
There's a lot of conversation going on. Please allow the Mayor to continue. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
BSc Chemistry from University of Cape Town, BSc Honours Energy Studies from the Rand Afrikaans University, and an M Mechanical Engineering from the Northwest University. And then he is busy with another degree that is not finalized. He is currently working for a state-owned entity under the National Energy Act of 2008. He's currently the Chief Director for Energy Planning in the state-owned entity. And then previous employer, he previously also worked for Eskom. I've just seen on TV now that they were instructed.
Order. Councillors, order. Councillors, order. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Yeah, it's good. Good. The ANC, no. You know what, you mustn't. There are some things that the ANC is doing right. The ANC is instructed that the decision be reversed, and they've done so. So that's good. Then, before he worked for Sanedi, the state-owned entity, he worked in Eskom as a chief engineer, research operations, and then what else? There are a number of references here, and the name. Let me just go back quickly. He is a colored male, and the name is Mr. Nasib Kadri Middelkoop. Ooh, long names. Mr. Kadri Nasib is a colored male, and I don't see his age here. No, he was born in 1970. I have the whole CV here as a speaker, but the selection panel. The selection panel, after having shortlisted 6 people, have recommended Mr. Nasib to be the new Executive Director for Energy in the city. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Councillor Zondani, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, please protect me from the voting cows that side. Speaker, I don't know what we as an ANC we must do to teach DA to respect the regulations that govern us. No, don't say, oh, you must do things right. You always preach here to do things right. Listen to this. We're not having problem with this thing. The process, we follow the process. We will check that things have been done accordingly. The panel has been put together according to the regulations. But just at the end, you just let things loose. And this has been raised several times by Councillor deployed by the ANC, Beki, on issues of this nature before. We are now repeating it again. Mayor, let's go to Regulation 16, subsection 5. It's very clear. It is saying the selection panel must submit a report and recommendation of the selection process to the municipal council on the suitability of candidates who comply with the relevant competency requirements of the post as set out in annexures in order of preference. Now, what do you want us to do? Do you really have to bully us like this and not do justice to what is in front of you? Do you really have to come and bring this one here because you are sure that you've got a vote, that you're going to vote this thing out? It doesn't work like that. You can't grow like that. Now, leave that subsection, that regulation 16. Let's go to regulation 17, Mayor. Satisfy us here. Regulation 17 says, talks about the employment of senior managers. It says, resolution of municipal council on appointment of senior managers and reporting goes like this. Before this council makes any decision on an appointment of a municipal senior management, we must be satisfied that the candidate meets the relevant competency requirements for the post as set out in the annexures. We have nothing else to benchmark with. This is all that we have. Do we benchmark this to what? Number 2, screening of the candidates has been conducted in terms of Regulation 14. Regulation 14 talks about screening and reference and checking the previous history. There shouldn't be a big task there, Speaker, to say in one line, this regulation has been met. Nothing of that nature. The last one is saying the candidate does not appear. You must also check that the candidate does not appear on the record of staff members dismissed for misconduct as set out in Schedule 1 of these regulations. These things, only a portion of it has been responded to. You must remember also, Speaker, this candidate is the second candidate coming into this job. The job was first advertised in 2016 around September for a week. The number of applicants came in about 248, shortlisted to 6. One was taken. And then the one that was taken when it was about to start withdrew and said, I don't want. And then the second advert came in. Now, if you don't know who's number 2 here, because of not knowing who's number 2, number 3, number 4, then we'll end up continuing to do interviews because we don't have any transparency in front of us. And these things are asked in chronological order in order to avoid repetitions of this nature and delaying service delivery. And we know, all of us, that energy is important. We're all here because we're sitting down now with our potential energy. We will change it to kinetic energy when we move. Energy is part of our lives. We know the importance of energy. As ANC, we're not against energy. So we need answers on that particular. Yes, I did physical science, Mayor. So we need answers on this matter so that we can have clarity. We're not fighting here. We just need respect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Mayor?
Madam Speaker, we have been through this debate the last time too. And I don't think, and what the ANC then said at the end of the last debate was to say that they're going to take this to court. I actually welcome that because then the court can decide whether we did follow due process or not. But since they didn't go to court, the Auditor General didn't find anything wrong that we've done and gave us another clean audit. So I am quite satisfied that we followed the due directions under the leadership of the city manager and that we've come to the right conclusion. So I don't think it's worth to go into the interpretations again of the regulations or of the Act. We have done that the last time. I think that I want to move that council accept the recommendation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Councillor Hadebe, is that a point of clarity?
Me first or after him? Are you going to take me clarity point?
It is a point of clarity.
Yeah.
But then it has to wait for the end of the debate. Councillor Hadebe, is that a point of clarity, or are you both asking a point of clarity?
It's his own and my own.
And they're both points of clarity.
I don't know his, but mine is clarity.
Okay, then I'll hear it
Okay.
after I've heard Councillor Hendricks. Councillor Hendricks, please, you've got 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, the Mayor's efforts to reduce electricity costs for many residents of Cape Town has not gone unnoticed. And we hope the new Executive Director, Mr. Kadri Nasib, will assist her in this difficult task to keep costs down. And we wish the Executive Director well and assure him of Al Jamaah's support. And through you, Madam Speaker, ask the City Manager to inform him of Al Jamaah's good wishes. We also thank this election panel for for all their efforts and respecting the confidentiality of the unsuccessful candidates.
Thank you very much. I'm now going to take the 2 points of clarity and then we're going to move forward. I'm going to start with Councillor Zondani. Councillor, your point of clarity.
Thank you, thank you, Speaker. Speaker, let me bounce my point of clarity to you. Speaker, you have a statutory responsibility where you are sitting to see to it that decisions that are made here are as per Act or regulation or the Constitution. Now, sometimes you